I'm Austin Heyman. Welcome to Seniors Today, a monthly program produced by the Commission on Aging and devoted entirely to issues and interests of Montgomery County seniors. This month we tackle the complex issue of reverse mortgages and learn about one of the newest commissions advising the county executive and county council. But first, soon to be completing his term as president of the Montgomery County Council, I'm pleased to welcome Craig Rice to the show. Welcome to Seniors Today, Craig.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's great to have you on board here. You've been president for almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see as the 2 or 3 main accomplishments during the past year?
Well, I think that, this council actually undertook more master plans than any other council has in the past. And when we're talking about master plans, we're talking about the future of Montgomery County. We undertook a senior agenda 2 years ago under the leadership of Councilmember Berliner, and that really helped to define what was going to be important for our ever-growing senior population. And so when it comes to these master plans, it's incorporating those that are growing and aging in our communities and making sure that we have neighborhoods, communities that embrace a lot of our seniors that we're finding continue to rise to a larger amount of the population.
It's interesting that you say that because the commission had a study this summer on the planning process and wanting to ensure that there was a senior voice in that
exactly.
planning process.
It's got to be a part of that, and we've really got to start, as we look at future planning, understanding the numbers that are there, understanding and incorporating everyone together. Folks have talked about incorporating our schools now into our planning process and making sure that we do a better job of that. But it really encompasses the transportation modality that goes into it as well. All of those things that are important to keep all of our residents connected, involved in our communities, and make sure that we're serving all of their needs. It's really important for us.
So improving the planning process is certainly in everybody's interest.
That's right.
You mentioned the senior agenda, and I was going to ask you, I know you've been a member of the Health and Human Services Committee, and you chair the Education Committee, and you're also involved with the libraries. Mm-hmm. All of these impact on seniors, and I wonder how you see senior issues being addressed.
Sure. Well, I think, tackling it from the Health and Human Services front, we, of course, want to make sure that all of our residents continue to be healthy, but we also provide the resources necessary to make that happen. A lot of that's done through our Department of Recreation, and so through our Recreation Department and a lot of the senior programs that they have that unfortunately were cut over the past couple years. We've seen in this most recent budget that we rebuilt some of those. I've just had a community meeting in Clarksburg, and a new program that is starting back up that used to be in existence for 40 years is now back on track in Clarksburg for those seniors. Those are the kinds of things that really matter to our residents. Coupling that with a lot of what we see in our libraries in terms of the marriage that continues to exist between some of our senior centers and some of our libraries is extremely important. It's about socialization and making sure that our seniors don't feel disconnected from any of the public programs that we have.
Yeah, the libraries have been very supportive of senior issues, and you're right, that's a gathering place. I'm amazed at the amount of activities that go on in libraries today. Everything from a conversation group to there's even music in libraries.
That's right. That's right.
And the idea of ensuring that this be a senior-friendly community, which is what was behind the senior agenda. Mm-hmm. So, if we look towards the future, what do you think are some of the key things that need to be addressed over the next years?
Well, I think what we've done in terms of trying to incorporate our senior village concept and having a village coordinator that really starts to identify what the needs are of our particular communities, embracing the fact that our senior population continues to rise and will be one of the largest contingents in Montgomery County, means that we're going to have to continue to increase the services. So when it comes to our budget, making sure that those services are provided through our Department of Recreation, but also through our libraries. But then I think that also understanding that our seniors are a resource. that
Right.
they can be such a tremendous help to us. The Damascus community that's embraced having seniors coming in to read to the children that come into the libraries.
Right.
Those are the kinds of things, understanding that our workforce can actually be substantiated by our senior population that has the wisdom and information that can help guide us into our next upcoming century. I mean, those are the kinds of things that I think, again, we need to incorporate as a part of our future planning, whether it's economic development, whether it's health and human services, and also, of course, with transportation, making sure that the transportation piece is there.
Yeah, well, you've touched on several things that are really, InterAges, which is the organization I founded many years ago, its focus is trying to bring the generations together.
Absolutely.
And your citing Damascus is very interesting because that's what we need to see a lot more of.
That's
and
exactly
you're
right.
Right that they are a resource, seniors. Transportation, I think one of the things that the council approved recently, well, during the past year, the county executive recommended additional funding for the Department of Recreation to use the JCA, Juniors Council for the Aging buses.
That's right.
How's that working?
It's working phenomenally, but we need to expand it and do more. As we continue to see senior communities grow throughout Montgomery County, and there are new plans for senior communities in Germantown and Gaithersburg and Silver Spring and Wheaton that are right on the books, folks that I'm meeting with as developers that understand that this is the future of Montgomery County. We also need to make sure that our transportation connectivity brings that sort of conjoined approach of getting those seniors connected with a lot of our, whether it's economic development opportunities, shopping, religious institutions. All of those things need to be connected. So we really need to do an inventory of where our routes are. So it's not just through some of the private grants, but also through our public ride-on system. I actually regularly ride our ride-on once every month to get an idea of who's riding ride-on and what they're utilizing it for. And it's very interesting. I see a lot of our minority community that utilize it, but I also see a lot of our senior community that uses our ride-on transportation system as well. And so from that perspective, it's very eye-opening to me in terms of exactly what we need to make sure that our ride-on routes are doing and where they're going to ensure that we're delivering on the overall mission, which is really to provide our residents with the ability to get wherever it is they need to go.
Well, we've covered a lot of things. I think it's very, very reassuring to know that the focus has been so much about the senior agenda and the future which you've identified. So thank you so much for coming in and talking with us.
Thank you.
Good luck next year.
My pleasure, thanks.
When we return, we'll learn about reverse mortgages, so please stay with us. We'll be right back.